This is the new master Brad Nailer that I ordered. Let's open it up and see what it comes with. All right, so out of the box, of course, it comes with the owner's manual that lets you know how to use this device. It does come with an assortment of brad nails and staples because this tool can actually do brad nails and staples. Of course, it comes with the main tool, a charger, and one battery, 2 amp hour, 20 volt battery. And then it also comes with this little like belt clip or the holder that you can mount to the side of this. All right, so to load this, it's pretty easy. Now I'm gonna be doing this with one hand, but you push the button in the back right here, which allows this cartridge to come open. And then here is some longer brad nails. These are the ones that it came with. You're gonna set that down in here in the bottom. You push it all the way to the bottom with the brad nail heads to the top. And then you're gonna come back and just push this closed like that, and it should lock back into place. All right, so I did put the battery in, and just a quick note, just in case you've never used one of these before, I, of course, always say read the manual. These have safety features on them that's supposed to help not hurt yourself. So basically, this is not gonna nail unless this thing is pushed in. So the key to running a brad nailer is when you've got everything ready, like we have here, wherever you want that nail to go, you're gonna push this down so that this thing pushes up. If you give it too much play, or if you're not holding it firmly, the nail will not penetrate properly through wood or whatever it is you're nailing. So you have to have this pushed down pretty firm, because this is gonna forcefully push that nail down. But if you don't hold it tightly, you're allowing that recoil to go back up into your hand and not actually go down into the wood. So if you have an issue, let's say where you're trying to do this and you're putting brad nails in and they don't want to penetrate the wood all the way, like let's say the nail head is still sticking up, it's probably because you weren't pushing down hard enough on it when you go to nail. You don't want to allow any of that recoil to be lost from the device into your arm or your hand or whatever you're doing. You want that nail to actually get all of the power it needs down into the wood. Enough talking, let's go use it. All right, so this is actually a train table that we bought for our nephew, and he's young and he likes to pull things apart. So what we did is we glued the track down to the table, which is great. It keeps everything together, but the problem we have is the glue's just not strong enough to hold this down to the table with him yanking on things. So I want to also put brad nails into this to give that glue a little more strength to hold these tracks down, because a toddler going crazy can easily rip these things up. But to do that, you would basically get this and you would put it right on wherever the wood you're wanting to do. And as you see here, when you push this down, an LED light comes on to let you see, you know, where you're going to be putting the nail. Now, there is also an adjustment here on the back of this to do less or more. But I'm gonna go ahead and try it with just the basic setting that it came with. And this is the larger brad nails that it came with also. So you wanna make sure you're not only penetrating the wood that you have, but you wanna penetrate it into the other side of the wood to actually make it hold. So to do that, I'm gonna actually put another hand on top of this to give it the force down, and then I'm gonna pull the trigger. And as you can see here, there's the head of the brad nail, and it has penetrated this piece of wood and the board down below it. So if you have any problems with this not going all the way down, most likely you're not pushing hard enough down on the brad nailer to give it all the force it needs to push it in. See, again, no problem at all. And these are pretty hard tracks. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing all of this track, putting brad nails in to hold it down. So the other reason I ordered this brad nailing gun is because if you own an RV, you'll find out trim doesn't hold on there forever. All right, so here's another example. If you have an RV, fancy or not, you're just gonna have trim that just starts coming off. Now again, this is a little bit of an extreme case because this is on one of our slides, so it keeps moving and eventually the little brad nails and stuff that they put in there come off. So you're gonna wanna tack them back in. I have already tacked in this one here a little bit to put it back in. I did a little bit too much here, but most of the time what you'll see is they'll brad nail these in, and then the manufacturer or the RV dealer will just come back and use a paint pencil to color over those. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my new brad nailer to come in here and put this trim back on nice and properly, so that way you don't even know that it's off. Like I said, you know, you can see here where they went in. I mean, that's how they attach all of this trim pretty much in an RV. So now you see everything's brad nailed back on. Yes, there's going to be some spots that you'll see because like here, there was a brad nail that actually came out. This was the new one that I put in. And here's a new one that I put in. And then down here was actually some of them that were back there coming out. But when we bought the RV, they did give us a matching set of paint pencils specifically for this problem. They know it's going to happen. So I'm going to come back with the paint pencils and get rid of those. But anyways, that's why you want one of these. And so far, this thing's been great. I'm glad I got it. Awesome. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, if you'd subscribe to the channel, that'll really help me out. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all take care.